Okay, so we're going to start with salmon en papillote. Salmon en papillote means salmon in paper. So we're going to use parchment paper. And don't use wax paper because it'll melt and get wax on your fish. So this is a sheet of parchment paper. You get them in the grocery store. It's near the plastic wraps and the aluminum foils. If you don't have it in your kitchen, I strongly recommend that you get it. It's a great thing to line your baking dishes with, and it makes it easier to clean and foods don't stick. So parchment paper is a great addition to your kitchen. So I've got a beautiful piece of Faroe Island salmon. That's going to be our first ingredient. I'm going to set that right in there. I folded my parchment in half and I've got a nice crease in there, and that'll come into play soon. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on here. Just a pinch. I'm going to put a little bit of minced garlic. You can do sliced garlic if you wish. I like it minced. I'm just going to sprinkle it right on top. So the theory behind papillote is this paper, we're going to fold it over and seal everything in. And I'm going to add some vegetables in here, and the water and the vegetables are going to steam the fish. So it's baking and steaming at the same time. So it's a very effective cooking method. So I'm going to add a little bit of asparagus. I'm going to cut the bottom ends off. As the asparagus grows, that bottom end actually turns to wood. It's made of lignin, so that's why it's very tough and you don't want to eat it. So we'll put a few sprigs. And if you want, I mean, the recipe as written calls for a modest amount of vegetables in here. So you can literally do your whole meal in here if you want. You can put a whole bunch of vegetables in, maybe some sweet potatoes. I'm going to take a red pepper. I'm just going to slice off the side. Again, we're not going to put a whole lot of vegetables in here. And I'm going to cut this into thin strips. That fish smells so fresh, not fishy at all. It's wonderful. And the garlic doesn't hurt either. And I'm going to take a yellow pepper. We'll give it some nice color, get a little bit different arrangement of antioxidants. And again, just some thin strips. We'll pile these all around the fish. Now we have a lemon. So I'm going to juice half of it and slice the other half. So I'm going to roll it under my palm. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to juice half. The reason I'm juicing it is it's going to put an actual liquid right in the pouch. If you didn't want to juice a lemon, you could sprinkle a little bit of white wine on here. It'd be delicious. You don't need much. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of that lemon juice on here. And it's not going to go through the paper or anything. I'll be fine. And I'm going to slice this lemon. We'll get some nice slices in here. And again, this has got a lot of liquid. And once it gets hot in the oven, it's going to steam up and cook that fish. I'm going to lay those right on top. Look at that, beautiful. You got all those different colors. So I'm just going to lay this over. I'm going to start in the corner and just fold and crimp as I go along. And you'll see that the paper is going to get unevenly matched, and that's okay. You just fold it over tightly. Press down as you go. Kind of a fun project. You can put your kids on this job. Just make sure they seal it properly. And that's it. I'm just doing one serving of these, but you could do a whole bunch for a dinner party. It's pretty easy. And it makes a nice dramatic plate presentation as well. I'm going to put this in my 375-degree oven. Well, it looks like it's got all the right properties. I'm getting a little bit of brown on our parchment paper. It looks like everything's soft, and the fish is firm to the touch. And before I set that aside, I'm just going to pop that parchment paper open a little bit, and we get that nice steam coming out. Yeah, and all the vegetables are soft. The fish looks nice and fully cooked. It smells fantastic. All that steam is getting me right in the nose. And if you want, you could take these out hot, put them on the plate and serve them to your guests, and you open it up and everybody gets that nice steam. Beautiful. We're just going to put all in the paper. We'll just take the top off. We'll serve that in the paper so they know it was cooked in papillote. And You got your beautiful vegetable colors there, and I like the char on the paper. That gives it a nice look as well. I'm Chef Thomas. I hope you make these recipes work for your next dinner party. Get cooking.